smooth, you can use the scrape brush and flatten this part out. You can flatten this part out, and let's see. Okay, so this is what we have. One of the problem that I have right now is this cheekbone. Like this part is not really looking that good, and I wanna create a separation basically. So let's just go to this one and let's see. So what we can do, we can actually just push it up. That's like the first thing we can do, and we can just create something like this. And again, the idea is to give a hint of something similar going on. And yeah, just to make sure that you make these shapes a little bit simple. Let's see. So the next thing that I can do is I can actually remove some volume from here and to make space for this one. So in order to do that, I can actually just remove the volume like this. So we pretty much have a really nice looking skull, not gonna lie. We can even just top it right here, but we still need to do some stuff. For example, we need to work on the teeth, and we also need to, if I were to come over here, you can see how there is this, you know, what do you even call it? The chin area is basically extruding out. So we need to do that, but we need to look at the sculpture or the anime itself and realize if it does exist over here or not. And in our case, it doesn't really exist as much, but we can actually just give a little bit of hint. For example, if I were to select this, I can just give a little bit of hint of it. So I can just do that. So yeah, you can see that we basically have added a little bit of volume, and we do have this. The reason is the flatter version is not going to look that good, but if you were to add a little bit of this volume, it is just gonna start looking better. So yep, that's basically the reason. And the next thing that I've realized is the teeth are not supposed to be coming out, right? Because teeth are supposed to be behind the gum, and they are pretty like synced together like in a straight line basically. And in our case, the teeth are in front, so we need to push the teeth back. And the easiest way to do it is going to be to use the lasso mask and just select these. Wait, just select these, invert the mask and push them back. So just push them back kind of like this should be good enough. And now let's just do the same thing for our upper teeth. So I'm going to select the upper teeth. I'm basically just gonna do the same thing. Use the lasso, and in this case, we can invert it like this, go to the move, and then just push it back on the y-axis. Yes. Okay, so now we need to increase the resolution because the teeth itself are not good enough. So we need to create some really nice looking teeth, and in order to do that, we need to increase the resolution. So let's just go to the remesh and let's just divide it by 2. So we have 0.007 and then remesh it. Okay, so now we have enough resolution, right? So let's actually smooth this part out. And the first thing is we are going to draw the teeth. So let's just do that. And the first thing is, do we need these, like the length of the teeth? We need to decide how much we actually want the length. And in this case, I don't feel like that I need that much, like the length. And I also want 4 teeth over here and 4 over here, not the 3. Right now we have the 3. So I also want to change that. So let's see. So draw, and let's just mark the thickness of the teeth. So this is going to be the smallest one. I know, weird, right? This is basically going to be the 4 teeth. Wait, I can do a little bit better job at marking. So Let's just do that. So these are the four teeth, and let's just try and draw it now. So this is going to be the first one. This is going to be the second one. This is going to be the third one, and this one is going to be the fourth one. So this is what we have, and they're not in line, right? If I were to draw like this, they're not in line. So we can actually change that. And let's just do it. Let's create a temporary line that goes like this and create a really nice looking curve. And we need to put the teeth a little bit up, like draw the teeth a little bit up. So I'm just gonna do that. Or maybe I feel like the teeth are going to be a little bit too long if I were to do this. Yeah, this is a decision making point. We need to take a decision on how the teeth are supposed to look. Okay, I can actually make this one a little bit longer and this one a little bit longer. Like this. And then I can just push this down, just mask it out, mask the teeth out. And then let's just push this down. We don't really need it to be that long. Okay, now let's remove the mask and press Ctrl R. So these are the teeth, and I guess it is gonna work. Let's try and see how they would work. So I'm gonna go into the clay strip and just start adding the volume for the teeth. So this is what we have, and push this out like this. I guess we actually need a little bit of more resolution over here, but right now let's just try and work out with these. So I'm going to add the volume like this to make the teeth a little bit roundier. And yeah, it is actually looking much better now. So let's smooth it out a little bit and just mark this teeth again because it literally have just... Okay, let's see, let's push it up a little bit. And these are the teeth that we have. And okay, it is actually looking nice. I think it is definitely looking good. We need to fix it from the behind. So let's just go into the local view and let's just come over here and remove some volume from here. And also remove the volume from this particular part. Nice. Okay, so this is what we have, and we need to remove this volume as well because this is gum, right? And we don't really need it in this volume, so we can actually just remove that. Let's do the remesh and smooth this part out. Okay, so the teeth are here, but they are not really polished. For example, we can actually just come over here and make a dent like this so that each and every single one of these teeth could be a little bit different. So we can actually do that. And you can also use the draw sharp brush, by the way, in order to do the same thing. So that's also an option. In this case, I am actually using the grab brush, and let's actually come out of the local view to see how exactly the teeth are looking. And they are actually looking pretty nice. The next thing that we can do is to add the volume of the gums. You can see wherever there are teeth, we have some similar volume going on. So we can actually just add that as well to make the skull look like a little bit more natural. So let's just do that. I am just gonna be adding these volumes now. Again, it is just an experimentation. If this experiment does not work, I might just edit this part out from the video, and you would never knew that I have actually done all these things. And yeah, let's actually smooth it out to see how exactly the skull is looking. and it is actually looking nice, but I have a problem. The problem is it is not as smooth as I want it to be. So we need to blend these volumes a little bit better, and I actually need to smooth some of these outs as well. So you can see this blending right now. We need to add a little bit of volume here like this, and then just smooth it out. And now you can see this is blending a little bit better than the side ones. So we need to do the same thing, add the volume and then just do this. And now you can see we basically have some better volumes, sorry, better transitions. So I'm just going to do the same thing over here and basically just the same thing over here as well. Okay. Yeah, I am just gonna try and smooth the surface out as much as I possibly can. But these are the teeth and they are looking nice. Obviously, we need to increase the resolution to make them a little bit more sharper, because in the end, they are not as sharp as I want them to be. So that is something that we need to do. And also this volume is supposed to come out on top of the teeth. Right now we have this line that is basically in between the teeth and the gums, and this is not accurate. Okay, so the next thing that I actually want to try and do is I basically want to push this up a little bit. And I know this is not natural, but again, this is just something that I want to try out. And I also feel like that the size of the teeth are not as much, so I need to push them up as well. And this is basically the reason that I'm actually doing this. Let's just push these out, like push these up basically. And we need to put the gum on top of the teeth. So let's actually increase the resolution, and I'm going to save it as a different file. And now let's just increase the resolution to 0.003. So we are doubling down our resolution, and let's press Ctrl R. And you can see that we are at the 2 million polygon object. So I told you that the gums are supposed to be on top. So I am just gonna try and achieve the same thing by using the clay strip brush and just sculpting on top of the teeth. So now you can see the gums are basically on top. So this is what I actually wanted. And let's just try and do that. Again, I've told you that if I were to do anything weird in this project, you're gonna see me doing that. And that was the case. It is just a design process. And when you are designing something, you take multiple decisions. Some decisions might work, some might not work. And you just have to, do some trial and errors. And this is the trial and error thing that I'm doing right now. Okay, so, okay, the teeth are definitely looking much better. I can definitely say that. So I'm going to keep this gum part on top. So yes, because the teeth are definitely working so much better. One thing that you can do, it is kind of cool. Actually, you can just, for example, lasso this part out. Wait, I am doing a little bit. Yes. If you were to mask this part out like this. So this is, you can see, is masked now. You can actually go to your mesh filter and then just invert it and then just smooth this part out only. So you can do that, but I think I have removed a bit too much volume. So let's just do that and remove the mask. So technically, if you wanna like smooth some part out, you can also just do the same thing. Let's go to the smooth and increase the strength actually, because we are working with the higher polygon mesh now. So the smooth brush needs to be a little bit stronger in order to smooth stuff out. And also we need to smooth the nose, because right now the nose have pretty jagged edges and we are not getting that smoothness in the